Hey, good morning, everyone from Arizona again. Um, Wonderful, nice morning today. Temperature's really good today. I'm sure it'll probably get up into the 90s and hundreds again today. But nevertheless, it's a nice morning out here. Quiet, nice quiet neighborhood that my folks live in, so it's all good. So yeah, on last night I watched the Uncle Tom documentary for the first time. I know the second one's out, but I'm a little behind, obviously. So I watched the first one, and I quite enjoyed it, and I quite learned a lot. And I recommend that everybody watch it. It's an eye-opening documentary that really explains um, the truth about uh, the real truth and facts about um, the history behind the African American experience in this country. Um, and I think the second one goes into other things, but um, the gentleman that did it, I don't remember his name off the top of my head. I think his last name's Carter, I believe. Did a wonderful job with the guests that he had on there. Colonel Allen West, Herman Cain, Brandon Tatum, Candace Owens, another young lady that ran for mayor of Nashville. A lot of people on there, and it was very good documentary. And I recommend everybody watch it. Doesn't matter whether you agree with it or not, but just watch it, and it potentially may change your outlook on things. Because I know that I know it didn't necessarily change anything with me, because I kind of already knew it, because I've been reading, and another recommended book reading, and this is not Philip recommending this, but a book reading is Thomas Sowell. Maybe some of y'all have seen him on YouTube. He's become popular lately. I don't think he's around anymore. I think he passed away. But he's a former professor, and has been around for a long time, and just an insightful, eye-opening information and history lesson that he gives you, totally counter to what you learned in school. I am definitely, since I'll be going to be done dealing with the public school system here in next month. I'm definitely an advocate of, if you're not sending your children to private school, homeschooling them. The public school system is a failure. With all the money that we pump into our education system, we still rank low compared to other countries. It's ridiculous. By all means, people need to homeschool their children, unless you can find a good private school that's going to teach you a well-rounded curriculum, not just math and science, which of course is, in English, which of course is necessary, but that teaches you history that is not only fair and impartial, but that gives factual information, and that is truthful, and that is allowing you as the student to, whether you accept it or not. It's not the teacher's job to make you believe one way or another. It's just the teacher's job to teach you history as it was. And we know that the education system that we have here in the United States is messed up, that the history that we are taught, history is always written by the victors. We understand that. We understand that. But at the same time, history needs to be taught regardless if it's the victor's history. All history needs to be taught, because history is important. Because if you don't learn from history, you're going to relive it. And we're doing that now, essentially. Also, the documentary, the document, Uncle Tom documentary, also focused on how I'm focused on a lot of things. I'm focused on the Democratic Party, and we know all parties are messed up. Let's just get that right now. But especially the Democratic Party is messed up because we know, and this is truth and factual, you can look it up for yourself, the Democratic Party is actually the party of slavery. They're the ones they're the ones that promoted slavery. They're the ones that created the KKK. They're the ones that created Jim Crow. The Democrats did. Despite what you see in the media, research it for yourself. It was the Republicans that enacted civil rights legislation. It was the Republicans that ended slavery. It was the Republican Party that a lot of African American and blacks back in the 1800s, there were more African American representatives in Congress during Reconstruction than there are now today in 2023. What does that tell you? Another fun fact, there were more children being raised by both parents during slavery than there are today. Go figure. Check it for yourself. Research it for yourself. You ain't got to believe me. Research it for yourself. It's out there. What does that tell you? That means that even during slavery, children were raised by both parents more than they are today in 2023. Yeah, quite the eye-opening little tidbit of information. So I definitely recommend reading Thomas Sowell. I've got a couple of his books. I recommend that any of his books. I recommend that you read them. They are very eye-opening. The Uncle Tom documentaries, there's two of them now. One is free. You can watch it on Amazon. And the other one is you still have to pay for. It'll probably be free eventually. I definitely recommend it. And again, you don't have to be affiliated with the Republican Party or necessarily be a conservative, but be open-minded when you view it so that you can, intake the information so that it may change your outlook on things. What party you belong to is irrelevant. But if you embrace this information, more than likely you will change parties or become an independent, which I think a lot of people are going to end up doing. Even if you're conservative thinking like I am, I'm not beholden to one party or the other. Unfortunately, as I've mentioned in previous podcasts, you kind of have to pick for the better of two evils because we only have a two-party system. So obviously you pick the party that best aligns with your views and convictions. That Uncle Tom documentary brought so many stuff. So basically what the documentary basically is saying is that, slavery ended in 1865, but that the Democratic Party has put African Americans back into slavery since the Welfare Act in the 60s. Think about that. They have made African American communities, families, individuals. Not only have they ruined the nuclear family, and that's why there are so few black men running their families, but you have made a whole part of human society beholden to the government. That's slavery in a micro sense. People are beholden to the government. They get welfare checks, food stamps. They rely on the government for everything. We're not slaves relying on their masters for everything. Just a thought. So anyways, very good documentary. Thomas Sowell is very good book reading. I recommend you watch the documentary. Again, it's on Amazon. I think it's on Tubi. I think that's what it's called. It's on there too as well. Might even be free on YouTube. And Thomas Sowell, his books, you can look them up on Amazon. You can't find them in bookstores, but you can look them up buy them on Amazon, which is what I did. I recommend them for reading, and along with other books that don't give you what the media wants you or what the school system teaches you. And this is not every school system. Some school systems are teaching, decent history, but most aren't. So just a food for thought this morning. We'll probably have more to say on that. I think we've touched on it in a previous podcast. I'm sure we have. But I just wanted to come to you this morning, kind of talk to you while the weather is still nice and cool out here. It'll warm up real quick here shortly. So, other than that, that's it. I just wanted to come out and say a little something this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Again, like, subscribe, comment, support the channel again. I'm going to keep promoting my youngest son. Hopefully he'll be posting some stuff here soon, some little video shorts on here on stuff from his website. His website is in the description of the video I did 2 days ago, the one I did on Monday, the 10th, April the 10th. His website is in the description of that video, so please go visit his website and look on there and see what great, wonderful things he has on there. He's doing a great, wonderful job. He's got a lot of, things to share. So y'all go visit. I believe it's philmartin.org, PHILL Martin, MARTIN.org. Go visit him. And again, hopefully here shortly, he'll be posting shorts on this channel, so where you can watch it on video as well. All right. Well, until tomorrow, y'all, take what I said to heart. Go out there, go look for his books, go watch that documentary, be open-minded about it, and just watch it with an unbiased view. And then when you're done, if you still feel the way you do, that's fine. But at least you watched it and you exposed yourself to something that you may have not known before. And everything is about learning. If you're not learning something, even as we get older, we still have to be learning something. So let's continue to learn. Let's continue to open our minds to things we may or may not either want to hear or whatever. But let's listen. Let's listen to people that have differing opinions than us. Do your research. And if what they're saying is true, then you've learned something new. And even if you don't do your research and you believe what they're saying, you still learn something new. And maybe it'll inspire you to go research and find out what they're saying is true. That's what we want to do here on this channel. We want to just we're giving you our opinions, and it's up to you whether you want to take it or not. But do your research. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not perfect by no stretch of imagination. And I'm not above listening to other opinions, even if I don't agree with it. I got enough respect to respect people and their own opinions. And we can come together, research, and find out one of us is right and one of us is wrong, or both of us are right and wrong, and maybe we just need to come together in the middle. But it's all about respecting people, listening to people, and letting people have their opinions, and not fighting and arguing. That's just a waste of time. That's useless and senseless, okay? Because it's not that deep, okay? And this channel is about giving you my opinion and views on life and things, and then you form your own opinions from that. And if you agree with it, wonderful. If you don't, that's fine. But let's be respectful. And so it's all about listening and learning new things. And that's what this life is about. We should be learning new things all the time. May not be every day, but all the time. So again, I thank y'all this morning for listening, and we will see y'all again on tomorrow morning. God bless you.